In this video, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of pandemic relief strategies and tips and news that you can use to hopefully put yourself in a better financial situation. Now, the first one I'm going to talk about is the strategy I talked about on the previous video, and I was able to get almost $1,500 into cash immediately. Then I want to talk about the tax changes or the tax extension, including filing extensions from the IRS. So if you're filing or you're doing your taxes right now, there is an extension. So I want to talk a little bit about that. Then I want to talk about your Roth IRA. Can you access it? How can you access it? How much can you get out of that Roth IRA if you need the cash? And the last thing I want to go over is I want to talk about the money that's coming back or possibly coming back in the form of a check or a refund from the government. So this is that $1,000, $1,200 that you've been seeing on the news and an additional $500 per child. So I want to go over the facts on that and what it's looking like right now. But before we do all of this, if this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, certified financial planner, helping you reach your financial goals. So the first thing I want to talk about is the tax extension. Now this is for filing and paying. Yesterday it was just for paying, and now it's for filing and paying for both businesses and individuals. That's been moved to July the 15th. And the tweet came out from Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. And here's what he said: at real Donald Trump's direction, we are moving tax day from April 15th to July 15th. All taxpayers and businesses will have this additional time to file and make payments without interest or penalties. So it's July 15th at this point. But if you still file and you're getting a refund back, do that as quickly as possible, because that will set in motion you getting your refund as quickly as possible. If you wait, you're not going to get your refund. So go ahead, file your taxes. If they're already done, you might as well file, because you can still delay the payment till July 15th with no interest or penalties. The second thing I want to talk about is the Roth IRA. If you don't know, at any age, at any time, you can access the principal. The principal is what you put into the Roth IRA. So if you opened up a Roth IRA 2 months ago and you put $6,000 into it, you can go in right now and take that money right out without any penalties or any interest. So the money that you put in is called the contribution. You can pull it all out at any point. So if you're strapped for cash, this is just another avenue that you can turn to. Now, of course, if you don't need the money, leave it in there, but just know that it's available. The Roth IRA, anything that you put in there. So if you've been doing the Roth IRA for years and years and years, all the contributions are available to you, no taxes or penalties. And mainly because you've already paid tax on the dollars that you put into the Roth IRA. So there's not gonna be any issues there. The growth is a different story. You're gonna wanna keep that money in there until age 59 and a half or later, or under one of the qualifying events. But you can access the principal today if you need it. So the next thing I want to talk about is the relief bill that the government is currently working on to get us checks, money in our pocket. So here's what they're calling it. This act may be cited as the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Now, short, CARES Act. So the CARES Act is how they're referring to this. And what they're proposing is $1,200 for individuals or $2,400 for married filing jointly. Now, the first question that I had was, where are they going to figure out who qualifies? And that's going to be based on your 2018 taxes, not your 2019 taxes. This is saying that they're going to base it on your 2018 taxes. And it sounds like they're going to do it in the form of a credit. So they're going to go back to your 2018 taxes and give you a credit in this amount, or this is what the proposed amount is. So it's going to basically give you a tax refund. That's what it sounds like, or how they're going to distribute the money. Now, whether or not that comes in the form of a direct deposit or checks, how they're going to distribute it, that's still unclear. It's not done yet. For children, they have $500 per child, and the income limits for an individual is $75,000, and for married filing jointly, it's $150,000. What's also not clear is if that is the phase out or if it's completely phased out at those limits. So it says something about 5% at those limits, but it's not clear if it's 5% over 75 for individuals or 150 for married filing jointly, but they're still working on the details on that part. So that hopefully can get tied up and we'll put more money in our pockets if you qualify for that. Now, it doesn't seem like there's anything else you can do to reduce your adjusted gross income, because that's what I was looking for if they were going to base it on 2018 numbers versus 2019 numbers. And hopefully they come out with an agreement on this soon, so you know where your cash is coming from and if you qualify, and if there's anything else that you could do to qualify for additional assistance. I know there's a ton of programs out there, and I'm trying to go through them and deliver them to you. So if you have questions about them, leave them in the comments below, or questions of anything I said or went over, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer the questions and do them on future videos. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is a strategy that I talked about on my previous video of flipping your credit card points into cash. So I went through all of the credit cards, and I was able to go through 4 of them. And the amounts were all over the place. Now, the amounts that are in my credit card, the points, were accumulated for a long, long time. So depending on how often you access your points, how often you use your credit cards, really depends on how much money you're gonna get back. So the amounts that I was able to get back was $498.90. I had another one that gave me $776.44. A third one that gave me $180.28, and I only got back $3.87 from the fourth one. So the total there was $1,459.49. So go back to your credit cards. I had no idea how many points that I had in there. So I just went in and converted them all to cash. I always convert them to cash. This is the nice thing about credit cards. I don't keep balances on the credit cards. I just roll them into the points, and that's why I primarily use them. So I know that they always get a bad rap for the high interest rates and putting people into debt, but this is one of the nice sides of credit cards, the points and the value back that you can get versus cash. If you pay with cash, you're not going to get that benefit. And let me know in the comments down below if you were able to convert your points to cash. And of course, if you have any questions about anything related to anything I talked about in this video, finance related, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to put it in a future video and answer your questions. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.